Hey everybody, it is Quicken and welcome to my channel. So today it is Tuesday and I thought I would make today's video in honor of small tattoos. I feel like small tattoos have really come into trend and it was something I was a little resistive of at first, but now I really like how people are kind of getting these really small tattoos. They get them I feel like a lot around their hands, and they're generally on non-tattooed people. For example, Ariana Grande has a ton of tattoos and I didn't even really know. And I feel like I personally missed out or didn't really get any of these smaller tattoos because with smaller tattoos you kind of sacrifice detail. And not to say that my tattoos are very, very detailed, but I think that they're perfect size for me. However, I do have kind of a smaller collection of small tattoos. So I wanted to share with you guys the tattoos I have today that are on the smaller end. I believe I made a video all about my biggest tattoos, so it kind of just makes sense that I would make a video all about my smaller tattoos and encourage you guys as well to make a video or a post all about your tiny tattoos. So today, I'm just going to talk about some of my little tattoos, how a lot of them are filler or just little compliments to me, and I really do like some of the tattoos on this list. So without further ado, maybe you didn't know, I had some of these tattoos. So the first tattoo I want to talk about is on the back of my elbow, and it is a shaking hands tattoo. So I actually got this tattoo by Mark Cross, and it is kind of a little filler tattoo. And I really like this tattoo because it has the hands of a man and a woman, and they both have rings on, they are married. I got this tattoo because I kind of wanted to make peace with a man and a woman. So that's the tattoo I got, and I had that space there, so it really worked out and really fit that space. But it is one of my smaller tattoos. I feel like if I only had that tattoo, you wouldn't even notice that I had any tattoos, and I just love the space that it fits in. So the next tattoo I have that is kind of small, kind of easy to not notice, is this branch that I have in my armpit, and I will give you a better look at it, but this branch right here is just a piece of flash from Mark Cross, and it actually is a cover-up. I had some laser removal on some a quote that I had in my arm that was originally supposed to be covered by this flower. It didn't work out, so we covered it up with just this branch. It's just a log, and then from there it's a little bit of a half spider web that goes into my armpit. That tattoo was kind of quick thinking because we had to find something that would cover up the text and kind of fill that entire space. It is kind of a unique space, but I like that it's covered because when I close my arm, I can kind of see that that space is covered, so I like the way it looks. But something interesting, we almost put a rabbit coming out of a hat there, and I'm a lot more happy with the branch, which is more subtle, more earthy, less, I don't know, I feel like it might be a little confusing to have a rabbit coming out of a hat there, especially with my sawdust and diamonds tattoo so close by. I just thought that that just was a lot more earthy and on theme, and just a dang on branch. Next are my finger tattoos, and they are both relatively small tattoos, and I really, really like them. I kind of habitually talk myself out of getting more hand tattoos because I have ideas every day, and if I followed through on all of them, I don't know what would be going on. I do like to have the ability to not have tattoos if my hands are flat on a surface or something, and then have them. So having these little tattoos, are really cool because they kind of satiate that wanting to be tattooed, but still small enough that they can kind of just go away if I just put my hands away. So I really like them, but I do think that I will add more to my hand, maybe lower palm or something like that. Something that still feels subtle to me, but I do love the trend of getting these little knick-knack tattoos on your hands. Next, I have this little chick tattoo, and you might be familiar with this tattoo because I did get it on this channel for Friday the 13th. And this is a little filler tattoo. I believe I paid $80 for this tattoo, but I do like the way it kind of just fits in that spot. If you wanted a video all about tattoos I got as filler, I probably could make an entire video on it, although it would have a little bit of overlap on this video because some of these tattoos are filler as well. But let me know if you're getting to the point in your tattoo journey where you are getting little filler pieces. I definitely have a handful of tattoos that were designed just for me, just to fit in a spot, so let me know. Right below it, I have this little acorn, and I actually got this not as filler, but I did have that open space. I'm sure if I didn't get the acorn or the chick, I could have got a little bit larger tattoo there, but I do like having the two little bits. So the acorn I actually got also on a video, also as a flash event as well, and it is quite different from other tattoos that I have because it is a much like finer line tattoo. Something that maybe I notice and maybe other people don't, but when I got it, it was just the littlest tattoo ever. So I like that the chick is there. It almost like completes the set to me, but they are teeny tiny. So on my knee here, I have this tattoo right here, and it is this little just like little tulipy guy. And this is also just a little bit of a tattoo to add balance. I have this only skin tattoo on my knee, and afterwards, after we planned it out, it just needed a little more balance. So this little tiny flower just kind of offsets the tattoo a little bit and kind of like just tips it so it is in balance. But it's kind of funny, I never think about this little tulip, but he is there and he's pretty cute. So he is one of my smallest tattoos. He's just like funny, he's just like a little guy. So some of you might not know, but I have a moon candy corn tattoo. So I have this candy corn tattoo. I think this tattoo would have originally felt a lot smaller, but it has a lot of stippling next to it that almost blends it in with this other tattoo I have, this Don't Try hand tattoo. So I feel like stippling was just like really popular at the time, or just like a cool spooky kind of shading. So I do have this candy corn moon mashup. I constantly think that I don't have any moon tattoos, and I actually have a couple. So this tattoo is just like so silly and so cute. I wanted a candy corn tattoo so bad. It was the only thing I could think about. So this tattoo just, it gave me clarity, it gave me peace of mind, it filled that spot, and it is just like a teeny tiny little joker that is so cute. So around my ankle, you guys might be familiar with it because I feel like I've spoken about it recently in a tattoo video. I have the Roman numerals 1937, and they kind of just wrap around the back of my ankle, almost like a sandal strap. And I think that they're really cool. They're really special to me, and I think it's one of the cooler tattoos I have. It's in that same kind of way, like that same kind of like small tattoo knick-knack kind of idea, and I think it's really cool how it works there. It's a tattoo I got super early on, like my second tattoo, so I'm generally pretty proud of myself that I still really love it. My tattoo artist did try to talk me out of it, so I'm pretty happy that it looks good. The spot is pretty clever. I've never wanted to put like another tattoo there, so I'm not like, all this tiny tattoo got in my way. I really like it. Another small little tattoo I have is this little XO. You might be familiar with it if you have any Quicken merch. This is like the feature of my Quicken pin, and it is just the littlest tattoo. Sometimes I wish I didn't have it because it is like smack on my leg like that, but I also think it kind of just connects me with like my youth and stick and pokes and Philadelphia and just tattooing yourself in your room, listening to some CDs. So when I think of it, I feel nostalgic for it, and I also feel like it kind of includes me in this like little club, so I like it. It could be smaller. It could be a smaller tattoo. So the first stick and poke I ever tried to give myself was actually a star, and the ink didn't take at all, but I do have this scar from it. You can see right there, that's like the top of the star and the bottom of the star, and I look at it all the time and view it as the tattoo it was supposed to be. So I'm kind of glad it's not there because it would really mess up this whole motif right here, which is so satisfying to me, just how these little blood drops are just right there. Like, I wouldn't want anything to mess that up. But I do like that this tattoo just like scarred over and it's just nothing. So whenever I see it, I always think about it. And it's been there since I was like 14, so technically my oldest tattoo, but I rarely count it as one, but I was just thinking about it. Finally, my smallest tattoo is my Beehive Tattoo. I actually really love this tattoo, and sometimes I think about having it done over professionally because I love the location, I love the impact, I love how I can see it when I wear my shoes, certain shoes, like I love when it peeks out. One of my favorite things is when Mark Cross, he wears Vans, and he'll wear them without socks, and you can see just like the top of his foot tattoo kind of come up above the tongue of the shoe. I always thought that was so cool, but I don't know if I like want my feet tattooed. I think at this point I would have already had them tattooed, so I'm not sure if it's something I'll ever have done, but I always loved the way that looked on Mark. So when I wear Vans and you can see my Beehive tattoo and you can see my Roman numeral tattoo, I always think it's so cool. So I would love to have just like a little more knickknacks like around that area. I think the episode of The Office where Pam wants to get like a little impulsive butterfly tattoo and Michael's like I've said it before, that like got in my head and I was like, ankle tattoos are ugly. Michael said so. He's a role model, right? So I think that's kind of why I haven't built more tattoos around that area, and I do need some tattoo removal, but I love the impact of that tiny tattoo, so anyway, this has been my tiny tattoos, unless I forgot them. Like the one in my mouth, I guess, is pretty small, but you guys have seen that thing before, so anyway, let me know, do you have tiny little tattoos that kind of make up your story? I guess the size is kind of relative because I do have a little bit bigger tattoos than like my chick tattoo. Like I have a tattoo of a tooth, and like I said, some of them were filler, but some of them were always that size. So I'd love to know, do you have tattoos like this? Thank you guys so much. If you have been checking out my content that is not tattoo related, please check it out. Just trust me that it is good. A lot of people have been scared to view it versus my tattooed content, but trust me, you'll love it. Pretend it's a side article in Inked magazine or something and check it out. Do me that favor and let me know what you think about it. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you would like to see on Tattoo Talk Tuesday next week. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and until next time, bye.